Good evening, folks. This is Hank Monk again. I've come to you with another stagecoach tale. This is a tale that takes place between Los Olivos and Santa Barbara, which is up in the central part of California. Now, the main character of this story is Mr. Salim Carrillo. He was a stage driver. And Mr. Carrillo was a young man, and he talks about how stage driving can be kind of a dangerous proposition sometimes. A lot of things can happen on the trail. He talks about how once he was on the trail, he was driving, coming down a very steep grade, and on his stage he had seven people, a lady and her baby, and five salesmen, and they were going down the grade. And like I said, sometimes things can get kind of antsy on a stage drive. And he said, there can be a rattlesnake off to the side, and or a piece of glass on the road, or a bee sting for one of the horses, and your ride can turn into a wild experience. Well, like I said, that's what happened to Mr. Carrillo. He was going down the grade, and everything was going pretty smooth. And all of a sudden, one of the horses got caught in a trace chain or something to that effect. And that ride turned into a wild experience. Mr. Carrillo was up on the box, sitting up there, and he lost the reins. And he was saying his Hail Marys because he's a good Catholic boy, just trying to hold on. And he didn't know what to do. He was so tempted to take a dive off of that stage and let those men take care of themselves, but he couldn't do it because of that lady on the baby. And he's the captain of the ship, so he has to stay on the stage. So they're coming down the grade, and 1 minute they're looking over the edge, and the next minute they're rubbing against a rock wall, and they're getting near the bottom, Cold Spring Station, and Providence would have it that the other stage coming the other way had stopped to wait for them to pass. Now those men waiting at that other station heard where the commotion that was going on and realized what was going on. So they were able to get out in the road and stop that runaway stage. Now Mr. Carrillo and those other people on that stage were very thankful that they were there and to stop it. Well, so those men climbed off the stage. Mr. Carrillo and those salesmen stopped off that stage, and they began to look around for that lady, and they couldn't find her anywhere. Where'd she go? Well, one of them happened to glance at the bottom of the stage, and guess what? She was in the bottom of the stage, passed out, just as cold can be. Passed out cold. And they thought, oh my, she's probably passed out, probably passed away maybe from a heart attack. And you know what? She just fainted, and she had her baby clutched to her breast for safety. And when she woke up, she couldn't remember one thing about that stagecoach ride down the canyon. Not one thing. Now, Mr. Carrillo spoke about how like I said, he was a very young man at the time, and he had very dark hair. But after that stage ride, he said his hair began to notice a few flecks of gray in his hair. And that is the stage story about the run between Los Olivos and Santa Barbara with Mr. Salim Carrillo. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice evening.